Jean Chrétien, the most successful Liberal Prime Minister in memory, had some advice for Justin Trudeau, the weakest Liberal Prime Minister in memory. It was advice on how to deal with China, which has been holding 2 Canadians hostage for the better part of a year, Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor. Chrétien's advice was pretty simple. Just surrender. Just pay the ransom to China. Give the Chinese everything they want. Just do it. Here's the Globe and Mail story from a day ago. Chrétien proposes canceling Meng's extradition case to unfreeze relations with China. Just a reminder, Meng Wanzhou, if I'm saying that right, is a senior executive of the massive Chinese telecommunications company called Huawei. They make cell phones and amongst other things. And she also happens to be the daughter of the company's founder. She was arrested when she touched down in Vancouver at the request of the United States, which wants her extradited to the U.S. for various financial crimes, including illegally breaking sanctions in Iran. Meng is fighting that extradition and is out on bail, but can't leave the city of Vancouver. Of all the cities in the world to be kept in, Vancouver would probably be one of the nicest, and it's culturally pretty friendly to Meng too. So she's not in a prison or anything, unlike the 2 Canadian hostages China immediately seized as punishment to Canada. Let me read some more from the article in the Globe. Jean Chrétien is floating the idea of having Canada's Justice Minister exercise his legal authority to stop the United States' extradition of senior Huawei executive Meng Wanzhou as the means to normalize diplomatic relations with China, sources say. The former Liberal Prime Minister, who last week offered to serve as Canada's special envoy to China to help free 2 jailed Canadians, has discussed the idea of cancelling the extradition process with business executives, according to sources with knowledge of the conversations. So just caving in, just giving them everything that they want. That's his advice. That's his complex, thoughtful, deeply experienced solution here. Just surrender to a foreign power. The proposal, I'm going to read some more, which has not been formally presented to the Trudeau government, would meet Chinese President Xi Jinping's demand that Ms. Meng be freed to return home before Beijing would reconsider reprisals it has taken against Canada. So it's not just a surrender. It's a surrender, total abject surrender. Renounce everything the Canadian government has said about the rule of law, just cave in, abandon our U.S. ally and their police request. All that has to happen first before China even considers releasing our hostages or ending its bans on canola and other imports. So it's not even a capitulation. It is a capitulation in advance with no strings attached, fingers crossed that China will be nice to us. What? Is that the advice of a man who ran the Canadian government 3 majority governments in a row for a decade? Is that really how Chrétien himself operated? In the countless large and small negotiations and disagreements and compromises that a prime minister faces, both with foreign governments, both friendly and unfriendly, and with provinces and territories with their particular demands, and businesses and lobby groups with his own political coalition. Is that really the best Chrétien could do? His best advice, he's coming up on 80, his best advice is just, maybe he's over 80 now, is just do whatever the Chinese say, just give them whatever they want. No, of course not. So you have to understand that Chrétien is in fact a fairly shrewd negotiator, much more than Justin Trudeau's never negotiated anything in his life. He said his dad, trust fund lawyers do that. But you have to understand that Jean Chrétien is a negotiator in this case for the other side. Right now, not in the past, right now, at the same time he's giving Canada such great advice, he is a lobbyist for China, in China, on the Chinese side. That's an excerpt from the Ezra Levant show. Every day I do a video monologue and then I interview an interesting guest and then I end by reading my hate mail. But you've got to subscribe to it, which you can do at therebel.media/shows.